All right, so have you been couponing or at a store, time for checkout, and you had the absolute worst checkout experience ever? Couponing, non-couponing, any situation where maybe you didn't even want to go back to the store, maybe you just completely gave up couponing because of that experience. Well, today I'm going to share with you one of my personal couponing horror stories at checkout, and then I'm going to give you some suggestions on why you should not stop couponing and why you should stick to it and not be afraid at checkout. So yes, guys, welcome back to my channel, and today it is the ever topic of dealing with a difficult cashier. Now, first, I want to put out there that I love my cashiers. I am not generalizing in any way every cashier because there are amazing cashiers out there. Yet we sometimes go through an experience where it's not as positive as we want it to be. Sometimes it can really stick in our brains and kind of hold us back from whether it's couponing or saving money, doing different things. And I just wanted to let you guys know that you are not alone. Even those who've been couponing forever, I've been couponing for 12 years, it still happens. Things still happen. And there are ways that we can kind of work with it, and there are ways that we can be positive with it and move on. So in this video, I want to share those with you guys. I've personally had my own experiences with difficult cashiers. I don't want to say bad cashiers because I don't think that they're bad, but maybe difficult in a sense. Maybe cashiers aren't fully trained from stores and they just don't understand the couponing policies. It takes a lot to understand couponing. So sometimes we have to help the cashiers, not in a way that we're being snotty, snooty, where, hey, you need to take this coupon because here it says it here, but maybe by instructing them like, you know what, this coupon says any product. So any product is any product, it should go through. Just different little subtle hints, not to make them feel like they're not, you know, competent in their position, but rather just to kind of assist them as regular couponers. Now, I've personally gone through my own experience, and it was at Walgreens. I love Walgreens to this day. I still do, but I always remember that experience at Walgreens. And it was several years back, guys. I'm talking like probably around 7 years ago when I went into Walgreens. If you had an experience, you remember what you were purchasing that day, because I still remember the product. And every time I see it, I think of that experience. And it was the St. Ives facial moisturizers, the scrubs. And every day I see that product, I still think of this experience. I kind of go through my experience, and then I'm going to give you guys some tips. The deal at Walgreens for this particular bad trip was the St. Ives were buy one, get one 50% off. At the time, we had coupons that were $4 off too. I still remember the value. We haven't seen those in a while, so we need those back. And you earned a register reward when you purchased them. And I had my coupon. I was only purchasing 2. It's not like I was going in store and, you know, clearing the shelf of any kind. And I had my 2 kids with me. So my son now, Joey, is going to be 12, and my daughter is 8. And you know how it is couponing with kids. It wasn't one of those days where everything was going fantastic. It was afternoon. It was like 4 p.m. and there was a lot of traffic in Walgreens. So people were getting off of work, they were running into the store, things like that. So it wasn't a dead time where it was early morning or late evening. It was kind of like a peak time for a lot of customers to be there. So the kids were antsy, they were ready to go. And we were at checkout, you know, thinking everything was going to go simple. That's all I was buying. I didn't have anything else. So I thought it's going to be, let me go in, do this deal, take the kids home, good to go. Wrong. That did not work. So initially the cashier right away looked at the coupons, and because with earning the register reward, the deal was going to end up being free or maybe a slight moneymaker, but not until I earned that register reward. So there was nothing that I was doing wrong. And at that time, Walgreens had a different policy where if you had a coupon that was over the amount, it would apply, but they would price it down. They don't do that anymore. And that wasn't even the case either. So I didn't see an issue with this, but you know, that's when issues arise. So you have to expect for the unexpected, basically. So the cashier's like, nope, I can't take this coupon. I know you come in here and you try and get everything free. And there were people behind me. So that kind of verbiage from a cashier is definitely not needed. You do not need to feel, number one, it's that feeling bad about using a coupon. That's like, stop right there. Don't do that to me. Don't make me feel bad. You don't have the authority to do that. You don't have the authority to judge and say that I just come in here for free items when I come in here for other stuff too. At the time we were getting our medications there, things like that. So that was just like, whoa, kind of slow down. And I still always keep my ground in couponing, even when there's like a vicious Sally attacking me. I try and keep my ground because I think keeping your composure really shows your character, really shows what you stand for. I've seen some couponers in stores get super vicious, and it's not pretty, to be honest. I know we get frustrated, but there's other things that we can do. Sometimes acting vicious in the store, it's going to get you nowhere. So just try and hold your ground. So after about a minute of reading the coupon had a limit of 2. It was 4 off of 2. I was grabbing 2. The coupon value was not over the amount that I was purchasing, because I think they were like $3.79. So one was full price, one was 50%. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I did not understand. And the person just looked at me, said, I'm calling a manager right now. Like I was shoplifting or something, you know, something major. So right then and there, my eyes were watering. My kids were really frustrated because we were waiting in line. Like I said, there were people in line in front of us. There were people in line behind us. So I had to do the whole thing of asking for another cashier to open the second register that's, you know, right there. And I could just feel my heart just like, why? What am I doing wrong? You know, here I am trying to do something good and you're making me feel bad. Don't let them do that. And again, I don't want to say that's every cashier, but there are some bad apples in everything in this world. So I happened to grab one of the bad apples that day. So the manager came around too, and the manager said exactly what the cashier said. Nope, you're not getting it. It's going to be free. I'm going to end up owing you money is what they kept saying. And I was just like, you're not going to pay me anything. I'm going to get a paper coupon, and that's where it's going to be free from, but not from you giving me cash back. So after about like 2 to 3 minutes, I just said, you know what, I'm not going to take this. And I noticed their name tags because the way that they were acting was very inappropriate and very unprofessional, especially cashier, manager, and they were acting the same way together. And the cashier was still going off like, no, we're not giving this to you for free. We're not giving this to her for free. We're not giving this to her for free. And the manager wasn't saying anything. And I thought that that was really just low class for a store. Now, let me do mention, this was at our old house, so we do not have that Walgreens anymore. My Walgreens is fabulous. They are amazing. Still have issues once in a while, but that's expected in couponing. So I left the store. I left the store, got in the car, and basically had tears coming down like, I quit. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. Went home and I decided I'm going to call customer service because it kept weighing on my shoulders. Like, I shouldn't feel that way. I shouldn't feel bad. I shouldn't feel like I was doing something wrong or that I was trying to get something that I wasn't entitled to. So I called customer service. And again, I did have their names specific and the store. And I don't tattletale, you know, all the time. My husband will say, snitches get stitches. So don't snitch on others. But this was something different because if it's happening to me and I'm being polite and kind, it's going to happen to others. And that is not what I want in couponing. That is not what I want couponers who follow me to feel. They don't deserve that. They're doing the right thing. Sure, we all make mistakes once in a while, but when you're doing the right thing, you do not need that treatment. So, you know, you always call customer service and you're always afraid that they're going to go ahead and go to the side of the store, right? Because they're Walgreens customer service. They want to, you know, prove the point that their stores are doing the right thing. Well, in this instance, customer service was amazing. I explained to them how I was in tears, literally, as I left the store, and it was building up in store, but as I left the store that I was really frustrated. I had my little ones with me. I felt embarrassed, and I shouldn't have felt embarrassed. And they completely agreed with me. And now that I think of it, it was when the point system was in effect because they issued me like 10,000 points for the inconvenience, which At that point, it didn't matter because I never went back to that Walgreens after that experience anyway. I always felt when I shopped in there that they were just watching me when, you know, maybe there's other people you should be watching. I'm not putting items under my shirt. I'm not sticking things in my pockets. I'm polite. You know what? I'm not running in and out of the store. So I honestly did never go back there because I had another Walgreens that was really close. So I was lucky, but I know that not all of you are lucky and you don't have that option. And some of you travel to get to your stores. So I wanted to do this video to, number one, share that you're not alone. This is one isolated experience. There will be more and there will continue to be more. So just be ready for them, be strong, and, you know, stand your guard. There's a little bit of, you know, research that you can do to make sure that you're doing the right thing. And I'm going to share that with you guys right now. This is a really good tip, especially if you're a newbie couponer. Keep a copy of the coupon policy for your store on hand. With phones, it's so easy to just pull them up, but sometimes for just like the easiness of it, to have it ready available for you is just to have a printed copy. They're changing all the time, so you can go to your store's website. In the search bar, you can type in, you know, store coupon policy and it should bring it up, or you can do a Google search and you should be able to grab store policies that way. I don't do that anymore personally because I don't think I need to get to that point. But sometimes you may have to, so that might be a good first step. Another great step is before you go to checkout, what I always do is I always stand aside before I get to checkout. So like at the end cap of an aisle or somewhere, and I just go through my cart and I just look at what I'm buying. I check my coupons. Number one, check your coupons for dates. Make sure that they don't expire. We get a lot of repetitive coupons that you might have in your coupon stash, like Colgate. I've done that before where I've had a Colgate coupon and then we got a new one with a different date. One was expired, one was good. But I had so many coupons that I still had the old ones, and I had to clip a new coupon to use that. So that will save some of your issues. Check your sizes, restrictions, everything on the coupon, the limits, because they will attack you for those immediately. And you know, there's other stores that are easier to coupon at. Walgreens is one of those tougher stores, and I think that Walmart is too. You guys let me know in the comments below what stores you find difficult to coupon at. But just checking those few things, you know, if you're at CVS, checking your CRTs, making sure, again, the expirations are right, that you're not buying a razor refill on a razor because that CRT is just not going to go through. And with larger orders, I find that dividing them into 2 transactions works super well. Just have the courtesy to let your cashier know that I have 2 orders that I am going to do. Is that okay with you? And 99% of the, I mean, I've never had an issue where they've said no. It's not like you're doing 10 transactions where, you know, they might say no, and I can completely understand why they would. But if you're doing 2 and you let them know ahead of time that this is going to be 1 order, is this going to be okay? That makes it easier, because when there's an overload of coupons, number one, the cashiers sometimes just get, you know, overwhelmed with that personally, because they're like, oh my gosh, there's all these items, there's all these coupons, I have to keep track. Minimalizing them and making it easier for anyone is just going to make the trip better. And that way, if they have questions, they don't have to go through a whole pile of coupons. They can go through a small stack. Once you get that transaction done and smooth, you can just go ahead and jump into the next. Now, as a couponer, we should never feel nervous to go to checkout because of issues possibly happening. It happens though. It's just natural. I still have it to this day. So one thing to do is to build a rapport with your cashier, to get to know them. And, you know, when you see them each week, hopefully if you're there each week, the more that you see them, the more that they're going to understand that you're doing proper things with couponing. They're going to feel comfortable with you. They're going to understand your system. So if you break up transactions, they're just going to get used to it. And they're going to be like, okay, hey, how are you today? Be friendly, be courteous. All of that good stuff, it really pays off in the end, because remember, especially if you're restricted with a lot of stores in your area, you're going to be couponing at that store every week, so you need to make some friends there. But have you ever had where you're in line and you see your favorite cashier and just the stars and the rainbows are around them and you're so excited, and then that mean cashier comes out and says, I can help you over here? I've had that. Be patient, take a deep breath. Remember, you're not doing anything wrong. Stick with your, let that little anxiety pass super quick. Just do what you normally do with your, favorite cashier. It's going to happen because, CVS has one cashier. So when that line gets big, there's always someone else that is coming to open. They may not be the friendliest, but stick with what you normally do on your weekly routine. So here's what I do when an issue arrives. My cashiers will go through the coupons. If it beeps, they put it aside, they go through the rest, they come back and they go through coupons. This is, I get a lot more beeping coupons at Walgreens than I do at CVS. A lot more, probably 50% more. So it's a big difference as far as having issues from store to store. Coupon beeps. I know they're going to look at it. I don't jump right away and say, why did it beep? What's wrong? I give them their space. I give them their time to read the coupon. And then when they say no, a lot of times at Walgreens, they will do this. And you guys let me know too in the comments. No, the computer's not taking this coupon. No reason, no understanding for me to say, okay, I understand why they're not taking it. It's just, no, it's not accepting it. So when your cashier does that, I just say, can I please see the coupon for a second? And I'll read the coupon, and it might be, $2 on any CoverGirl cosmetic. I have this issue all the time with any coupons. Now, when a coupon says any, if it's CoverGirl, it's a cosmetic, and it's any, you're fine. But they'll show the face powder, or they'll show the high-priced products, because obviously, they want you to buy the higher priced products because they cost more money. You're using a coupon, you're paying more money. It's more money to CoverGirl, which is understandable. But the cashier solely sees any, and I have this issue all the time at Walgreens. If the coupon beeps and it doesn't go through on an any, they'll be like, you did not get the product that they're showing. You cannot use the coupon. 50% of the time a manager will come and push it through. 50% of the time the manager will say no as well. So I just, personally, I let it go, guys. Like Elsa said, let it go. Really, because there's so many deals that you're not missing out on anything. And to keep that stress in your body is not healthy. It's not healthy to keep you going as a couponer. It's not healthy in general. So sometimes just letting the deal go is the very best thing, especially when it's minimal like that. The deal will come back around. So then even still, if the cashier is like, no, and you know that the coupon is good, I still press the issue. I still press it like, well, let me show you. It's saying anything and I'm getting any product, or it shows on a CoverGirl lip product. This is a lip product, so the coupon should work. If that gets you nowhere and you've been kind and you're holding your ground, ask to speak to a manager. Now, again, at specific stores, Walgreens, Walmart, I always have issues with. It doesn't always go the way that I want it to, and that's when I said I let things go. If I feel like I'm being attacked in any way, that's a different story. Just like I told you in my little situation earlier, if you're feeling attacked, if you're feeling put down, that is something different where you need to call like the corporate offices and keep them aware. Customer service is huge at this store. That's what's most important. That's what brings customers back. And if stores aren't following that and they're treating their customers in an inappropriate way, higher uppers need to know that. And there's no pressure to take what you're buying or to take what you thought you were gonna buy. If the coupons aren't coming off and you're not happy, it's okay to say, you know what, I'm not gonna take these items today. Can you please cancel this transaction? At Walgreens, I know they have to call a manager and you might get some little stink face and all of that, but it's okay. Stand your ground. You are not obligated to take those items if you're not getting the deal that you are supposed to be getting. And even a lot of times the sales ads will show that you can use that coupon for that deal to get it for that price. So show them the ad if that's the case. But other times, they're still very insistent on not letting the coupon go through and just letting the deal go, not paying for it. Make sure that you don't swipe your debit card or credit card if you're not happy with what the bottom line is going to be. So dealing with a difficult cashier is going to continue to happen, guys. It's not gonna go away. You're always gonna have an instance. Personal things that I follow is I don't let it stress me out. If it's not going to go through, sometimes letting the deal go is the best thing to do. You can end it there. You're not taking stress home with you. You're not taking worries home with you. You've accepted it. Move on to the next deal. And that's one thing that I stress on this channel. Keeping couponing positive is what's going to keep couponing around. Doing the right things, following coupon policies, following coupon limits, that's what's going to keep couponing around. It's all the negativity that's going to take it away and make it more difficult. So we as a community need to come together and follow those guidelines. And sometimes we need to accept that everything's not always going to go our way, and to let a deal go is just fine. But never let someone treat you inappropriately. If they're a manager or a cashier, always ask to speak to someone higher up. And if you've reached the higher ups at your store, call corporate and let them know. This is actually helping the store, because there's someone who is going to take it to a different extreme, and letting the store know, hey, I just want you to be aware of this, that this store did this to me at this time. It's going to help them. We're not, doing that to, get someone in trouble or have them lose their job. It's just to help the store, and you don't need to be treated that way. So on that note, if you've been in a situation that was difficult at checkout and you got out of it like a boss, let us know in the comments below. How did you handle the situation? What techniques did you use? Did you stay calm? Did you get a little crazy but bring the levels down? That's absolutely normal. Or did you just simply walk away from the deal? Let us know in the comments. I would love to hear them. And I'm so glad that you guys watched this video today. So many of you have enjoyed the couponing myths video. You've been emailing me saying do more videos like these. So if you have any suggestions in the comments below, let me know. And if you haven't checked out that couponing myths video, you definitely want to check it out here.